servants, be obedient to them that are your masters. That word there is rabbi, teacher, right? According to the flesh, with fear and trembling, and singleness of heart, as unto Christ, right? Not with eye service, but as men pleasers, but as the servants of Christ, right? Doing the will of God from the heart, with good will doing service as to the Lord, and not to congrat and PhD work. She had to be. She was studying this very rare amphibian in the Amazon.
The same way, it ain't no different. Why? Because the colonizers have affected our way to where we live like them now. We greedy like them. We feel like life is getting money and being successful and having some money to ourselves and our family. That's not life. Grand Rising, everybody came to this stage. Welcome to this stage. This popcorn style, I use it just
You came here to dick suck. Fuck out of here with that black shit. We don't care. This ain't the space for that, nigga. Take your black ass somewhere else. Take your black ass bullshit somewhere else.
Okay, this is extraordinarily unhealthy debates, yoga, and meditation. Oh, hi, Monica. Welcome to Extraordinarily Unhealthy Debates, Yoga, and Meditation. I'm about to go stretch in my dining room because I was a naughty boy yesterday and didn't go to the gym, and now I'm feeling it. Instead, I had a hot dog and french fries, and in the morning it felt like there was a steel ball in my stomach. But now I'm feeling much better that you're here, Monica. You must be on your way to work, driving in your Civic. Also, I just want to say that chillism has got to be the most unhealthy thing happening on Clubhouse. It's full. Nathan, I don't know if you know this, but Nathan is only a third generation tadpole. You didn't know that, but he barely has made it out of the slime pus of the lake of goo. He's like a third generation tadpole. Good morning, Frank. Welcome to Extraordinarily Unhealthy Debates.
Good morning too, and thanks. Yeah, I'm here for extraordinary animals.
Wait, Monica is criticizing me. She says, "Do you know how nasty your words are before you say them?" Yeah, Monica. Sorry. It's called tough love, baby. Gotta help the retards every once in a while in the retard shelter. Gotta come through like a white knight and let all the tadpoles know that they're not fully evolutionized yet into the frogs that they think they are. They're just tadpoles. Sorry, Monica. Sorry for having such tough love. Speaking of tough love, maybe you should go to the gym. Yeah, I do talk to myself like that. And that's why I read books. And that's why I troll. Because I don't want to just sit there and waste my fucking life listening to a bunch of low IQ pieces of trash like Lion screaming into a mic all day long. Don't you know toxic when you see it, Monica? Except you can't recognize toxicity and stupidity because maybe you're stupid and toxic too. Just maybe. It's just a maybe, Monica. You are wasting your life. You're wasting your life, Monica. Monica, what is the opposite of trolling? Being an academic, a professor, a collegiate athletic? Sorry, Monica, you're not going to win this debate. You just can't. You know why, Monica? Because you might be incapable of having this debate. You might not be fully evolutionized yet either. You could still be in a tadpole stage like Nathan Art, Knowledge, Sauron, or whatever the fuck that one's name is. Everyone's retarded on this app, Monica. Everyone, including me, but here. Monica wants to say something.
He used to read the Bible. He
used to read the Bible. I still read the Bible. I still read Marcus Aurelius. I still read books. I read books last night. I was about to read a book this morning.
And instead of him continuing on, he devolved. Terrible.
We're putting you into the goo. We're being communistic this morning. Sorry, Monica, can't get your dopamine feedback loop off if you're going to insult me. I know it's extraordinarily unhealthy, but nonetheless, this is my world. Welcome to my Dune, my Matrix. The power is mine.
Well, I respect your rules and regulation. That's why I feel.
Monica, you can go to chillism and just go enjoy my fashion screaming the N-word for the next hour. Go ahead, Monica. Go, go, go. Fly, 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 little bird. Fly, fly, fly. You used to read the Bible. Monica, go to my replays. I know you like saying this. Go to my replays and look at all my high value quality content that I put out. You're not listening, Monica. You're just talking. That's your problem. You want your dopamine feedback loop. But this is a meditation yoga class. This is supposed to increase flexibility and you record others without their permission. Oh, Monica, get a life, fatty. Oh my God. And comment. That's right, Monica. I'm living my best life. Meanwhile, you come up in my house and tell me how to run my life. Monica, do you even run your life well? Do you?
Well, stop wasting of your time with her.
That's right. Frank, thanks for helping me self-correct. All right, I'm just going to dismiss her request. Go ahead, do it as many times as you want, Monica. Could give two shits. You used to read the Bible. You used to be great. What happened, Edmund? And then you come in my house and you're like, oh, I'm glad you're still alive. It's like, okay, Monica, do you have anything important to say? Anything useful to contribute? No, I'm a troll like you, but I used to respect you, and now you record people. Monica, like, get a life. You know who I am. You know what I do. I mean, do you even, why do you even have anything to say? It's called meditation, Monica. It's called silence. You can be more. Monica, I'm more already than you will ever be. I'm already more. Monica, I was more yesterday and I was more the day before. You just don't know it because you too dumb sitting there talking to a bunch of dummies. Okay, Frank, you're right. Let's leave Monica alone.
Yeah. Can you tell me the last book you have read there?
Yeah, Little Essays on Truth. Can't even handle me. Monica, no one can handle you. You got love handles that are unhandable. Fucking fatty. Go to the gym today. He was telling me to go to the gym and he said I got love handles. It's not true. I've been working on my love handles. No, Monica, you can just listen. I'm going to read a book and you can listen. If you can't listen to me reading a book, but you can come in here and criticize me and complain, were you faced with a troll of your caliber? Monica, please. No one has been created yet that can handle me. That's why I'm single. That's why I can't find a woman capable of matching my troll power. Okay, Monica, enough focusing on you. Yeah, I moved you down. I don't want to hear your little baby voice crying like a little baby girl saying the same stuff. See, Monica, your problem is you're not dynamic. You just repeat yourself to me. You say the exact same thing every time we have an encounter or a meeting. And I got to tell you, Monica, it's getting really lame. It's stupid. You need to actually say something. I can't handle you. I don't want to handle you.
I think she's too young to know how to have a conversation.
She's a 40-year-old pig woman with a low IQ. Of course she can't handle me. You're so mean, Edmund. How could you say I drive a Civic? I drive a Ford Taurus.
Are you kidding? She's 14. Is she a teenager? Not delusional grandeur, Monica.
No, she's a grown woman. Frank, take it out of me. Where are you from?
What?
Take it out of me. Nam nam.
I didn't understand.
Where are you from, Frank?
Afghanistan.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I'm going to read you something. It's called Little Essays in Truth, or I might read you Marcus Aurelius. No, Monica, I don't even need your contribution. I don't need you on the stage. I have no need for you. You can listen. That's where you belong, in the listening box. Not in the speaking box, but in the listening box. Because in the listening box, it's really called the silence box. And unfortunately, you don't know the secret of silence. That's right. I want you to listen, Fatty. That's right. Fatty is spelled F-A-T-T-I-E, not F-A-T-T-Y. Fatty. I guarantee you Monica can't last for 10 minutes. She'll fucking leave. Go right back into chillism. go talk to my fashions. Enjoy the intellectual, stimulating conversation over there, Monica. It's fucking beautiful. Good. Go, Monica. Bye. Goodbye. Leave quickly. Don't let the door hit that fat ass on the way out. He was so mean to me. He's right, though. I am fat. How did he know? I've never even posted the PTR of my fat ass. Maybe that's how he knows. My abuse kink. Okay, fine. I'm just making fun of you because it's not weird. It's really just me being like mean and nasty to find out how tough you are, to see if you're intelligent enough not to even get insulted by some random voice on the internet. See, you don't even know that I'm not sentient. I'm actually an AI chatbot sent from Make Fun of You Hell. Did you know that, Monica? Fix yourself. See, this is all projection, Monica. This is what I love about you, is it's actually all projection. My shit's pretty fixed. I don't know if you know that. Stop trying to fix others. Fix others? Actually, I don't think there really is fixing others. I think there's this thing called reading books, and that's about it. That's about all the help I could ever offer anyone, other than making fun of them, to find out how emotionally retarded they are.
You said you're still single?
Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. I'll read a book then. I will razzle you. I will dazzle you. I will delight you with intelligent words in the English language. Okay, this is called Wonder.
Yeah, reading of a book is what I'm interested the most.
Okay, this is called Wonder. So this is a meditation hypnosis. Take the deepest breath of the day.
Who is the author?
This is called Wonder. A little more than kin and less than kind are the trance of sorrow and the vision of the machinery of the universe. This latter being the technical aspect of the apprehension of the law of change, which is also a trance of the same order as that of sorrow. Now one mode of victory over all these is the trance of indifference, in which one stands aloof from the whole matter, but it is only one mode, and in generally known form, full of falsehood and imperfection. For to stand aloof is to affirm duality, which is itself the root of sorrow. To obtain the highest one, must unite oneself with all things, partake of all as a true sacrament, and this motion leads to the trance of wonder. It is written, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Here the predicate refers to the opening of the grade of magus, but the subject duly translated reads the wondering at tetragrammaton, and so refers to this trance, for herein one is wholly identified with the universe. Oh, Danny's here. In its dynamic aspect, and the first synthesis of the understanding thereof is the amazement at the fitness and necessity of the entire mechanism. For given the formula of manifestation, the need to conceive and perceive perfection by means of ideation becomes apodeictic. I write as for the least instructed of the little children of the light. The trance of wonder arises naturally. It is the first movement of the mind, from the final phrase of the oath of the master of the temple. I will interpret every phenomenon as a particular dealing of God with my soul. For immediately the understanding illuminates the darkness of knowledge. Every fact appears in its true guise miraculous. It is so. Then how marvelous that it should be so be. In all trances of importance, and most especially in this, the postulant should have acquired the greatest possible knowledge and understanding of the universe properly so called. His rational mind should have been trained thoroughly in intellectual apprehension. That is, he should be familiar with all science. This is evidently impossible on the face of it, but he should aspire to the closest approximation to perfect adeptship in this matter. The method most possible is to make a detached study of some chosen branch of one science, and a general study of epistemology. Then, by analogy fortified by contemplation, a certain inner apprehension of the unity of nature may grow up in the mind, one which will not be unduly presumptuous and misleading. But our work demands more than this. The neshama, or intuitive mind, must also be furnished with knowledge and understanding of those planes of nature which are inaccessible to the untrained sense. That is, he must pursue our methods of vision with indefatigable ardor. Now, in all this, the true unitive and transcendental science is that of mathematics for the Ruach, and its crown, the holy Kabbalah, for the neshama. By this means, the work is not, as would at first seem, increased beyond human capability. Zenamini has arrived. There is a definite critical stage comparable to that familiar to the adepts of asana and of dharana, after which the terms of the equation, like the latter terms of the binomial expansion, repeat themselves through another manner, so that the meditation becomes progressively easier. The postulant, so to speak, finds himself at home in the clown house. The added knowledge is no longer a burden to the mind. He is able to throw off the gross facts which present themselves as complications, and to apprehend their essence in simplicity. He has, in fact, succeeded in developing a higher function of the mind. The process is similar to that which occurs in ordinary study of a science, when one, by grasping the nature of a general law underlying diversity of experience, is able not only to assimilate new facts with ease, but to predict new facts wholly unknown. One may instance the discovery of Neptune from mathematical considerations without optical research, and the description of unknown elements by contemplation of the periodic law. Let it be known that each such step in meditation is itself a motive energy capable of inducing the trance of wonder. And this trance, like all others, grows in sublimity and splendor with the quantity and quality of the material which is furnished to the mind by the adept. Where's my coffee? Those, therefore, Monica, by the way, this is called reading a book. Those, therefore, who affect to despise profane science are themselves despicable. It is their own incapacity for true thought of any serious kind, the vanity and pertness, nay, more also, their own subconsciousness, sense of their own shame and idleness, that induces them to build these flimsy fortifications of pretentious ignorance like chillism. There is nothing in the universe which is not of supreme significance. And that's why I record chillism. Nothing which may not be used as the very keystone of the rainbow arch of the trance of wonder. It is necessary to add but one brief word to this elementary essay. This trance is of its nature not only passive, this trance is of its nature not only passive and intuitive. Its occurrence floods the mind with creative energy. It fills the adept with power and excites in him the will to work. It exalts him to the Atzaluthic world in his essence and in his manifestation to the Briatic. In a very special sense, therefore, it may be said that the postulant is most intimately united with the Supreme Lord God Most High, the true and living Creator of all things. whensoever he attains to enter this most majestic pylon of the trance of wonder. Beatitude. There are two well-distinguished forms of the beatific vision. The higher pertains to Kether and is thus proper only to the ipsissimus, though it may be enjoyed sporadically, and as it were by accident by those of lower grades. It is of extremely rare occurrence, and has indeed never been described in any detail. It may even be said that it is doubtful whether any account of its true form has ever been given to the world. It need only be said in this place that its formula is love is the law, love under will, and that its nature is the perpetual sacrament of energy in action. It is dependent upon the perfect mastery of the mysteries of sorrow and of change, with thorough identification with that of individuality. Let us then occupy ourselves with the lower form of this vision, so-called. It is not technically a vision at all which pertains to Tifereth, and is thus the natural grace of the minor adept. It may be said at once that those who have attained to higher grades, especially those above the abyss, can hardly return to this vision, for it implies a certain innocence, a certain defect of understanding which is not possible to a master of the temple. Again, the grades of exempt and major adept are too energetic to admit of the balanced quietude of this state. Only in the center of the tree of life, only in the self-poised security of the solar axis, can we expect to find the steady indifference to event, which is the basis of the trance, and that autogenous radiance which tinges it with rose and gold. This trance differs notably from most others in a way which the above stated conditions would lead us to expect. It is psychologically a state as opposed to an action or an event. True, all trances of somatic intensity are in a sense timeless, but it may be said that most of them are marked by well-defined issues of a critical character. That is, the entry to each is quasi-spasmodic. In this case, however, we find no such diagnostic. The trance may be contained for weeks or months, and the most ardent devotee of Tahuti, searching his magical record with the most conscientious acuteness, finds it impossible to indicate the onset of the vision. In fact, it may be surmised that the vision arises not from any given action, but rather from a subtle suspension of action. The conflict of events has ended happily in a state of serenely perfect balance, in which though energy continues to manifest, its issues have become without significance. We may compare the condition with the return of health of a fever-stricken man. The alternation of pyrexia and subnormal temperatures has subsided. He forgets gradually to consult the thermometer at the accustomed intervals, becoming absorbed instinctively in his regular pursuits on Clown House. At the same time, he is no longer aware of the hot and cold spells, but half consciously of the quiet glow of health. Similarly, in this vision, all conscious magical effort ceases, although the practices are continued with all customary diligence, and the whole of the adept's impressions, internal as external, are suffered with the glow of beauty and delight, are suffused with the glow of beauty and delight. The state is in many respects closely akin to that sought by the smoker of opium, but it is natural and requires no artificial regulation. I'm not boring myself. We're almost finished with this chapter. It will appear from the foregoing that nothing could be more absurd than to attempt to give instructions for the attainment of this state. To aspire to it, still worse to seek to regain it after it has passed, must appear the climax of bad logic. Nor delectable and blessed as it is, can one call it actually desirable. Exactly, Monica. That's what you do. Lots of words. You and all the other neurally networked morons. We need not assume that it is in any way deleterious, that it exhausts good karma. or that it wastes time and damps aspiration. It should be accepted when it occurs with calm indifference, enjoyed to the full, and quitted without regret. Its occurrence is in any case clear evidence that the adept has reached a definite and rather exalted state of being, since he can live so many hours without being perturbed by the incidence of any motive force. It implies a marked degree of attainment of internal and external control. It proves the possibility of perfect repose in the midst of the greatest activity, and thus indicates the solution of the ultimate problem of philosophy, the proem to the conquest of the three characteristics. It should encourage the adept in his aspiration by heartening him to confront the appalling postulate of the abyss. It should serve him as refreshment and nourishment. It should assure him of the possibility of perfection in the greater work by demonstrating its existence as a crown to the less. Moreover, the enjoyment of delight and the apprehension of beauty in all things, even on this plane, where analysis has not yet become acute, do actually fortify the heart and enkindle the imagination. Let, therefore, the postulant of the rosy cross pursue his path in solemn strength, aware that at the proper moment he may receive unasking the reward and enjoy the revivifying flood of dulcet light, which has been called by the adepts the beatific vision. Okay, this chapter is called Laughter. If you feel like it's a safe time for you to leave this powerful hypnosis trance, you can take this time now to go to the bathroom if you need it. If you need to go to Chillism and listen to Nathan moderate a room full of extremely toxic people getting their talk therapy out, putting all their pain, suffering, depression into your brain. Okay, this is called Laughter. The common defect of all mystical systems previous to that of the Aeon, whose law is Thelema, is that there has been no place for laughter. But the sadness of the mournful mother and the melancholy of the dying man are swept into the limbo of the past by the confident smile of the immortal child. And there is no vision more critical in the career of the adept of Horus than the universal joke. In this trance, he accepts fully the formula of Osiris, and in the act transcends it. The spear of the centurion passes harmlessly through his heart, and the sword of the executioner strikes idly on his neck. He discovers that the tragedy of which so many centuries have made such cases but a farce for children's pleasure. Punch is knocked down only to get up grinning with his gay "Root-toot-toot-it! Here we go again! Here we are again! Judy, the beadle, the hangman, and the devil are merely the companions of his playtime. So, since after all the facts which he thought tragic are real enough, the essence of his solution is that they are not true. As he thought of himself, they are just one set of phenomena, as interesting and as fatuously impotent to affect him as any other set. His personal grief was due to his passionate insistence on contemplating one insignificant congeries of events as it were the sole reality and importance in the infinite mass of manifestation. It is thus that the perception of the universal joke leads directly to the understanding of the idea of self as conterminous with the universe, and at the same time one with it, creator of it, as is well known, one of the most necessary stages of Samadhi. It is the culmination of one of the two most important chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. There is a further merit in this matter. In the idea of laughter is inherent that of cruelty, as has been shown by many philosophers, and this is doubtless why it has been excluded by the mystic schools of pity mongers like Monica from their dull curricula. Jordan Peterson. The only answer is to shrug the shoulders in humorous contempt for Chillism and Monica and Nathan and Lion and Concrete. For on this rock and no other have all their brave barks foundered one by one amid the Anapiamon Thelama of ocean. I don't know, it's a bunch of Greek letters. Nature is full of cruelty. Its highest points of joy and victory are marked by laughter. It is the true physiological explosion and relaxation of attention which produces it, notably such drugs as cannabis indica. Oh, Monica, I smoke weed, I'm so sorry. And anhelonium lewini, which do actually loosen the girders of the soul which give her breathing, cause immediate laughter, is one of their most characteristic effects. On the huge, wholesome, oh God, Concrete is here. Ugh. Concrete, can you please leave? This is too powerful of a hypnotic trance for your little peanut brain to comprehend. You might explode if you listen. Oh, the huge, wholesome contempt for the limiting self which springs from the sense of gargantuan disproportion perceived in this laughter. Truly it slays with jolliest cannibal revels that sour black-coated missionary, the serious ego, and plumps him into the pot. The voice of civilization, the messenger of the white man's God. Bubble, 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 throw in another handful of sage, brother. And the sweet-smelling smoke rises and veils with exquisite shy seduction the shameless bodies of the stars. Beyond all this for practical value, since the signpost at every turn of the path of the wise reads, "Danger!" Yet springing directly from it, by virtue of this very slaying of the ego, is the use of laughter as a safeguard of sanity. How easy for the charlatans of oratory to seduce the simple enthusiasm of the soul. What help have we unless we have the wit to know them as ridiculous? There is no limit to the abyss of idiocy and chillism, wherein the quacks would plunge us. Our only saving reflex is the automatic joke of the sense of humor. Robert Browning was not far from the kingdom of God when he wrote, "Rejoice that man is hurled from change to change unceasingly, his soul's wings never furled. And there is after all but little salt in the snare of Juvenal's Ceter est cum dicit Horatius evohe. For it is yet to be recorded that any man brought aid or comfort to his fellow by moping." That's exactly what you're doing in the chat, you're moping. No, the universal joke, though it be not a true trance, is most assuredly a means of grace, and often proves the chief ingredient of the universal solvent. Back then to Browning, to the brave last words he wrote while fourscore struck upon the timepiece of his years. Greet the unseen with a chair, bid him forward, breast and back as either should be. Strive and thrive, cry, speed, fight on, forever, there is here. Amen. Were the world understood, ye would see it was good, a dance to a delicate measure. Aye! Let us end with that most sudden, surprising word of a certain angel of the vision. The voice who left the seer lapsed in his solemn trance with the gay, laughing phrase, "But I go dancing! The tables of the law? Bah! Salvuntur tabuce risu." Indifference. The state of mind which is characterized by indifference is commonly called trance, but the misnomer is unfortunate. It is, in fact, in a sense the precise contrary to other trance. For trance usually implies samadhi, and this state specifically excludes any such occurrence that implies a uniting in this a wild dissociation. Yet there is nothing herein to suggest necessarily any practice of the Black Brothers, for it is not, properly speaking, an attainment, but rather a convenient attitude known as chillism. And it is one of the very greatest practical importance in use. One cannot remain indefinitely in any samadhi at any time. It is proper to fill the intervals between gusts of positive work in such a way as to leave oneself as free as possible to take the next step. One should therefore cultivate a habit of mind which is not bound by any form of desire. The state of indifference is thus a form of that silence which is defense and protection, and is cognate with the third noble truth of Buddhism, sorrow's ceasing. The general idea of the state is that the mind should react automatically to each and every impression. It does not matter whether the event be A or nay. Blavatsky observes that the feeling is at least tinged with disgust. But this is an error. Such a state is imperfect. There should, on the contrary, be a quite definite joy, not in the impression itself, but in being indifferent to it. This joy springs doubtless from the sense of power involved, but that it is again an imperfection. One should rather rejoice in the cognizance of the ultimate truth that existence is pure joy, and not in any feeling more immediate. It is to be observed that the attainment and maintenance of the state depends to a great extent on the mastery of several trances. For instance, one must be convinced of the first noble truth by the trance of sorrow, or it would not be logical to be indifferent to all things. There might be, in the absence of this perception of sabe pi dukkam, some impression which actually led to some state free from sorrow. And this is not the case. Freedom from sorrow depends on freedom from impression. Yet it would not be fair to say that this state of indifference was akin to that dullness which succeeds the acute spasm of sorrow. It is not the anesthesia of a nerve worn out by excess of pain. There is never any place in the curriculum of a magician for passivity. Of course, we here accept what may be called the active or willed passivity, described in Liber Alex V. Indifference is to be an intensely active condition. One may compare it with the ease of a skilled fencer, one who meets and deflects every possible attack of his antagonist with equal vigor, unconscious of his axe, because he has trained his eye, wrist, and even his blade to think for themselves. Thus, indifference is the spiritual form of the automatic consciousness of the adept, and this resides in Yesod, the place of the fortress on the frontier of the abyss. It is described in Liber 418 in the 11th ether. This indifference being a habit of normal mind, it is easier to attain than any true samadhic state and involves less technical ability. This is particularly the case because, as noted above, the trance of sorrow has been an almost necessary preliminary to the proper understanding of what it implies. They couldn't make it. They couldn't make it. I guess they don't like reading books. They wanted to go back to the short-term dopamine. Excellent. Excellent. Imagine that would that you read. Do you know how nasty you're wasting you're wasting your life? Sorry, Monica. Imagine a tadpole trying to lead tadpoles. Hmm, perhaps, but probably not.
And to drive the plot forward.
Right.
So one comment that I thought was really accurate. It was like 8 Miles closer to like a sport movie where the rap battles were like a sporting event.
Performances, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like somebody said if if Eminem went into like the auto parts factory and everybody started singing about how much it sucked to work at the auto parts factory, then it would be a musical.
Funny Girl, a musical?
What?
Is Funny Girl a musical?
Is what movie?
Funny Girl.
Great,
Funny
now we're
Girl?
going to decide
I don't know
what
With Margaret
musicals.
We have people have to come in and stop talking about musicals. They're gonna think we're
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about
Musical. Drugs and shit, man. We were talking about trucks literally, though.
About how we didn't have any.
True. But we were bemoaning the fact, right? So, yeah. Oh, great. There's Edmund. I gotta block him before he starts moving up.
No.
If he's normal Edmund, he knows the rules. He can stay. If he's not, he's out. Like, I'm not even giving him a second chance.
Oh my God! Someone killed the CEO of United Healthcare.
Oh, he's shaming.
Calvinism and Arminianism.
Kyoto, you're pro right?
What's up, service?
So we got Protestant, Catholic, Messianic.
A good systematic theology that I think that you would find accessible is going to be something like systematic. I've got serious problems with some of this stuff, but I'd say 85% of it's really good.
Then read John Garrett's systematic theology. I don't know. I mean, I read Grudem cover to cover in college, and I enormously benefited from Grudem's systematic theology. That was actually a pivotal time in my faith when I read that. I'm amazed that no one has been like, read your Bible.
Well, I mean, the actually was actually
Posso How do you have the energy to do this every fucking day?
How do I have the energy to do this every fucking day?
Yeah.
Do you mean I have the source of the secret? I've got the energy contained in a bottle inside of my tuchus.
I see.
When you learn the power of the Lord Master Therion, you too will have an indispensable and ultimate weapon of power. The power! The power!
Well, that was it. There we go.
Okay, this is Meditations, Marcus Aurelius, Transhypnosis Therapy. This is Adrian.